If you like today's content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below, and share. Thank you. His conjecture is that this is all some sort of creation of the human mind. That it's very Jungian in his approach, I guess you could say, right? That we're sort of projecting this thing. What do you think?
No, I don't buy that. No, I really don't buy that. No, let's go more from the other direction, okay?
Cheryl, cheers, and welcome to Coffee and UFOs.
Hey.
All right. That's water. I have coffee because I can't live without it.
Wine is on the other table over here.
You can share that with the audience if you like.
No.
We might get some interesting answers.
Not while I'm working.
Yeah. So Cheryl Costa, if you're not familiar with her, is a ufologist. She's been a speaker at International UFO Congress, at MUFON. She's probably most well known for New York Skies, the writer of New York Skies on the Syracuse NewYorkTimes.com website. And actually her work, UFO Sightings, right here. So this is, casual reading for just the everyday reader. Nothing heavy in here at all. It's actually a fantastic book for people who are seriously interested in ufology. It gets it right down to the nitty gritty. But sort of go right to the question, Cheryl. Have you seen a UFO?
Yes, many of them.
Many. Of the many that you've seen, what is the one that stood out the most or affected you the most?
Okay, I've seen them take off from a stationary position and be gone in a split second.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've seen them also streak across the sky, stop, then start dancing around like a fairy, and then streak off in a blink of an eye.
Right. What is with that? Because that was similar to my one and only experience, and so many people describe that streaking, dead stop, streaking, dead stop. Do you have any?
Yeah, they seem to know you're looking at them.
It's right. It's like you're being teased.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I remember when I was in the Air Force, it was Christmas Eve, 1971, and I saw this streak going across the sky. I was with a friend of mine. We were going to midnight mass.
Yeah.
And it stopped, and he said, jets don't stop and helicopters don't move that fast. And I said, yeah, but if that's what I think it is, it's going to dance around like a fairy, and darn if it didn't. And then it's gone,
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, people get a sense when they see a UFO that they're being watched or that there's a presence. Like I hear that a lot as well, which we don't really get from like a helicopter or a plane.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, you feel like you're not alone.
Yeah, it's an odd feeling. So has that changed you at all in any way?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It intrigued me. I saw my first one when I was 12 with my mother, and she explained that it might be a weather balloon, it might be something the NASA was doing or the Air Force was doing. Sure. And then she said it might be people from another world. And that intrigued me because I was a kind of a geeky, science-oriented 12-year-old, and that really intrigued me.
Yeah.
And I kept myself well read privately right up until I started writing my column 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah. Does it have I'm going to jump ships a little bit here. Does it have a spiritual impact on you? You are, have a natural inclination towards being in touch with your spiritual self and witchcraft, Buddhism, what have you. So is there, I guess the question is there a spiritual element to it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so. In the context of like one of your other questions, you're asking whether or not UFOs or paranormal, where do I think the future research is going?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't think the hardware guys are going to wrap a handle around it. But I think paranormal researchers are going to be able to crack the code on this eventually, because like Ray Hernandez says,
Yeah.
it's all part of the same phenomena.
Right, right. And I have to say, I think that the work of Free has had an impact on ufology. And you know Ryan Sprague. I mean, he's now leaning or widening the breadth of his study, and he's spoken about that, which is really interesting. That this cross section between the paranormal and ufology.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and it's huge. Him and I were having I don't want to call it an informal debate. We were in
Mhm.
the lobby at the Arkansas UFO conference, right? And him and I are having this conversation. Next thing it's intense, you know.
Yeah.
We're back and forth. It was not yelling. It was just this very intense conversation. And the next thing we realized, we had like 30 people pulled up chairs and were listening to us. It was an intense conversation because we both came to the same conclusion from different directions, that this was all the same phenomena. It's all related, and we shouldn't be studying this stuff in stovepipes, you know?
Right. Now, do you think that having that more of an open mind to ufology will lessen the sort of infighting, or do you think that'll actually stoke more, infighting among the community?
Yeah, because I think the hardware people are not going to ever take the what I'm going to call the soft science people
Uh-huh.
seriously. Oh, we got to have time. We got to have technical equipment to verify what you just did. That's
Sure.
all subjective. I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
And of course, my shaman friends would just say, "It is what it is." you know.
Yeah. But there's something to be said about that. Are you familiar with David Halperin?
I know the name, but I'm not familiar with his work.
Okay, he has a new book coming out. One was his first work was just more of a personal log, but this book is called Intimate Alien, and
Ah,
basically his conjecture is that, and he's very well versed in ufology. His conjecture is that this is all some sort of creation of the human mind. That it's very Jungian in his approach, I guess you could say, right? That we're sort of projecting this thing. What do you think?
no, I don't buy that.
Yeah.
No, I really don't buy that. Now, let's go more from the other direction. Okay,
Okay.
this is the Buddhist yogi talking. Okay, um, we're all part of the same great cosmic consciousness, the force, if you want to use Lucas terms. We're all part of that consciousness, and I've long felt, and this is for quite a while, I have felt that ET is just waiting for us dunderheads to wake up, and realize that we're not separate from the rest of the universe, and
Yeah.
that we're connected to all of them.
Yep.
And there's a great reference in one book that I read by a person who had been, let us say, close contact with ET.
Mhm.
Okay, and he said, "Well, what will our culture? How will our culture know that you're coming?" He says, "Honey, we've been here with you all along."
Yeah, and what is the future then for ufology or for this phenomena?
Um, okay, in my opinion, what does the future look like? With regards to UFOs, I see too many narrow-minded dunderheads calling themselves UFO researchers.
Hmm.
They rarely demonstrate any scientific discipline or critical thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, I'm not saying that they should be super serious skeptics, but they should demonstrate some clear research skills. I'm not
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
it. They don't publish, but they claim to be experts. You ask them for the data. Oh, I'm going to publish it someday. But they don't ever show you a shred of what they're working. They say they're working on.
Hmm.
Um, I think in regards to, um, how do I say it? To be honest, I think paranormal researchers might just be the people who will break the code on this and all the goofy paranormal stuff, and it seems to be all part of the same phenomena. And I think it's the paranormal researchers because they bring the right mix of science input along with the right mix of mystery and intrigue. Let's really ask the questions here.
Mhm.
Um, the UFO teams tend to be very boots on the ground investigators. In fact, they laughed at me and Linda because we were
Statistical. Yeah.
doing statistics. Oh, that's not real investigation. You got to have boots on the ground. And it was that beat on your chest, macho boots on the ground stuff. And we were just bringing a different style of investigation with a different set of evidence to the table, but they only see one way of doing it. And I think the
Yeah.
paranormal researchers, they've got such a wide range of phenomena going on. They're a little bit more open-minded, I think. And of course, a lot of them are very technically oriented. I've seen
Yeah.
some cool stuff with those investigators, technology I had never dreamed of 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, I think that with technology, social media, obviously, blogs and websites, um, people can go out there and just call themselves whatever they want to call themselves. Um, a couple of times, someone has accidentally called me a ufologist or researcher, and I just quickly correct them, like, no, I'm an enthusiast, because I haven't published a work, I haven't presented a set of data or anything like that. And I think that it is irresponsible to do that. Is it the end of the world? No, but it can hurt the core ufologists that are doing real work. I think because the people on the periphery claiming to be ufologists or researchers and aren't really participating, other than reading some books, which is great. The interest is important.
Got to
Uh,
learn someplace.
right, exactly. But people who are coming from the outside looking in, they might misinterpret what a researcher or ufologist actually is by like you said, sort of seeing these other um, people's work or claims.
I sort of came at it from a different direction.
Hmm.
When I decided to start writing a newspaper column, that was my way of doing research. Because I was forced to do it as a journalist and dig deeper, not just regurgitate stories that everybody wants to hear. Oh, where was the most UFO sightings, this month? I didn't go that route. I researched it differently. I told old stories, but they were stories nobody's ever heard because it was never published by anybody.
Hmm.
The statistics that Linda and I developed came out of doing that column because we started adding up to like New York State counties and that type of thing. And as we developed the entire model for New York State, county by county, all 60 some odd counties,
Hmm.
we said, wow, what would happen if we did the whole country? Of course, we're staring down the barrel at 3,200 counties, It took us 18 months.
That's a commitment.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and that decision was made over a couple of tall pints of Bass Ale, I'll let you know. But the bottom line was this line of research was developed because I was doing journalistic research and saying, okay, let's treat this topic matter with respect.
Right.
Let's go ahead and look at the stories. Let's put them out there for scrutiny.
Yeah.
Let's talk about them. Let's add numbers up. Let's see what comes of it. And 236 articles later, 7 years later, we have quite a body of material out there. It's still available. If you go to the Syracuse New Times.com,
Hmm.
Syracuse New Times, not New York Times, but SyracuseNewTimes.com. If you Google SyracuseNewTimes.com and add Cheryl Costa, it will take you right into an archive of just about all 230 articles.
Yeah. All right, and I'll put the link down below, so anybody who's watching, just click on that.
And what's getting ready to happen here, probably in the next couple of months, we're taking all those articles and cleaning them up physically, and they're literally going to come out in book form.
Okay, because I knew you're working on, well, a couple of things actually, but I guess that's one of the books that you're working on, right?
That's one of the books we're working on. We're
Hmm.
not going to do another statistics book till after 2020 because we want to get a hold. What we want to do is have we're still gathering data.
Yeah.
But what we'd like to do is do the equivalent to the original desk reference, except have it a good measure of 20 years of the 21st century. And then we'll walk off into the sunset.
Nice.
But the idea with the book with all the articles, we clean them up, fixing the editorial mistakes, and it's all 236 articles that we published, and including 237th article, which is the only article that was ever spiked.
Nice. All right. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much. This has been really, really fun.
Fun. I enjoy it. Anytime, Alan.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I'll put your websites down below.
Mhm.
And Cheryl's been on Paranormal Now a couple of times on KGRA Radio. So if you go to Paranormal Now archives, or go to Spreaker Paranormal Now, you can find our interviews there. And that's it. And cheers and be healthy during this odd time that we're living in.
It's been crazy. I'm running a temple right now for pagan people.
Yeah.
And we've had to cancel the next 3 months worth of events because we're all on lockdown here. So
No.
we're forcing us to do everything to come up with ways of doing offer virtual ceremonies, offer virtual teachings. And so we're getting very innovative really quickly and turning my dining room into a TV studio.
Yeah. I mean, look, but you have to do something because it's especially in times like this where you need that space where you can release and let go and find your center, whatever it is. I mean, people in recovery, I mean, they don't have meetings to go to, that's a tough thing to go through as well.
Yeah, and of course they have the privacy issue, so using the
Exactly.
social media platforms gets a little tricky for them.
It's a little tricky, yeah, because you don't know who's recording that.
But this whole process that the whole country's going through right now, the whole world's going through, actually, when you think about it, is going to be a very good exercise in adapt.
It is.
And for the people for a long time who thought we were going to get invaded by the aliens, all our nuclear missiles, all our tanks, all our submarines, all our high technology weapons and everything were getting taken down by a little dinky virus. It's going to bring us to our knees. And what did they say in the Bible? The meek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the truth, right? Now, it's tough. I mean, everyone in my people in my circle are and myself are being directly affected by it. So all I can say is, as tough as it is, like you were saying, no matter what you're going through, what I always try to do is just think about what I'm grateful for, even if it's the little tiniest thing, and just make that a kind of a mantra every day. And kind of just think big, and act big. And it's like all the divisiveness and the bitterness and of different political parties, like all that crap has got to go to the side right now.
Be kind, be generous, think big, think really big.
Yes. All right. Well, cheers. We'll leave it at that.
Take care, my friend. Okay. Anytime. Bye-bye.
If you like today's content, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and comment down below. And also, please share this video. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers by the summer, so I appreciate your support. You can also follow me on Twitter at paranormal_now, Facebook, Paranormal Now Radio. Thank you.